that baggage car?
There we are! Drop in! Drop in!
Experiential Western movies. I've been searching for a particular sort of subgenre that focuses heavily on philosophical, existential themes. I've come across acid westerns, but my understanding is that it's a fairly specific and inclusive genre. Definition of or relating to existence. Relating to or characteristic of philosophical existentialism, concerned with the nature of human existence as determined by individuals' freely made choices. I'm interested in my viewers' ideas on this subject. Please let me know what your favourite existential or deep thinking western is. Let me get started on some I've come up with. I'll start with some older westerns. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Let's get into it in no particular order. Unforgiven. After escaping death by the skin of her teeth, the disfigured prostitute, Delilah Fitzgerald, and her appalled furious co-workers summon up the courage to seek justice in 1880's Wyoming's town of Big Whiskey, with a large bounty on the perpetrators' heads, triggered by the sheriff, Little Bill Dackett's lack of justice. The former outlaw and now poor Kansas pig farmer, William Money, takes on a murderous last mission to find the men behind the crime. Quote, Little Bill Dackett, you'd be William Money out of Missouri, killer of women and children. William Money, that's right, I've killed women and children. I've killed just about everything that walks or crawled at one time or another. And I'm here to kill you, Little Bill, for what you did to Ned. 3:10 to Yuma. After outlaw Ben Wade is captured in a small town, his gang continues to threaten. Small-time rancher Dan Evans is convinced to transport Wade in secret to the nearest railway station to catch the train to the court in Yuma. The two are holed up in a hotel to wait for the train. It soon becomes clear the secret is out and a battle of wills begins. Quote, Bisbee Marshall, do I have 2 volunteers? First posse member, we gotta know what we're getting ourselves into. Second posse member, sure, might not be safe. Bisbee Marshall, safe? Who knows what safe is? I knew a man drop dead from looking at his wife. My own grandmother fought the Indians for 60 years, then choked to death on a lemon pie. Do I have 2 volunteers? The Searchers. After a 3-year absence, the Confederate veteran of the American Civil War, Ethan Edwards, returns to the remote Texan homestead of his brother, in hopes of finding peace. Instead, the former soldier embarks on a dangerous 5-year odyssey of revenge, after the cruel Chief Scar's murderous Comanche raiding party murdered his family, burns the homestead to the ground, and kidnaps his 9-year-old niece, Debbie. Driven by hate for Indians, Ethan and his younger companion, Martin Pauly, follow through the unforgiving desert to find Debbie. However, is the girl they lost and the prisoner in Scar's teepee still the same person the searchers seek? Quote, Martin, I hope you die. Ethan, that'll be the day. Reverend Clayton, you want to quit, Ethan? Ethan, that'll be the day. High noon. On the day he gets married and hangs up his badge, Marshal Will Kane is told that a man he sent to prison years before, Frank Miller, is returning on the noon train to deliver his revenge. Having first deciding to leave with his new bride, Will then decides he must return and face Miller. When he seeks the help of the townspeople he has protected for so long, they turn their backs on him. It seems Kane must face Miller alone, and the rest of Miller's gang, who are waiting for him at the station. Quote, Martin, you risk your skin catching killers, and the juries turn them loose, so they can come back and shoot at you again. If you're honest, you're poor your whole life, and in the end, you wind up dying all alone on some dirty street. For what? For nothing. for a tin star. Stagecoach. A simple stagecoach trip is complicated by the fact that Geronimo is on the warpath in the area. The passengers on the coach include a drunken doctor, 2 women, a bank manager who has taken off with his client's money, and the famous Ringo Kid, among others. Quote, Marshal Curly Wilcox, "Come bustin' in here. You think we were being attacked. You can find another wife." Chris, "Sure I can find another wife, but she take my rifle and my horse." "Oh, I never sell her. I love her so much. I beat her with a whip, she never tired." Dr. Josiah Boone, "Your wife?" Chris, "No, my horse. I can find another wife, easy, yes. But not a horse like that." The Treasure of Sierra Madre. Fred C. Dobbs and Bob Curtin, down on their luck in Tampico, Mexico, in 1925, meet up with grizzled prospector Howard and decide to join with him in search of gold in the wilderness of central Mexico. Facing many difficulties, they eventually find gold, but bandits, the elements, and most especially greed threaten to turn their success into disaster. Quote, Gold Hat, "Badges? We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges." Howard, as long as there's no find, the noble brotherhood will last. But when the piles of gold begin to grow, that's when the trouble starts. The man who shot Liberty Valance. Senator Ransom Stoddard returns home to Shinbone for the funeral of Tom Doniphan. He tells a local newspaper editor the story behind it all. He had to come to the town many years ago, a lawyer by profession. The stage was robbed on its way in by local gangster Liberty Valance. Stoddard has nothing left to his name but a few law books. He takes a job in the kitchen at the Erickson's restaurant, meeting his future wife, Haley. The territory is vying for statehood. Stoddard is selected as a representative over Valance, who continues to terrorize the town. When he destroys the local newspaper office and attacks the editor, Stoddard calls him out, though the conclusion is not quite as straightforward as legend would have it. Quote, Ransom Stoddard, "You're not going to use the story, Mr. Scott?" Maxwell Scott, "No, sir.
No, sir.
This is the West, sir. When the legend becomes fact, print the legend."
This is the West, sir. When the legend becomes fact.
Pale Rider, a gold mining camp in the California foothills, is besieged by a neighbouring landowner trying to steal their claims. A preacher, Clint Eastwood, rides into camp, using his powers of persuasion to convince the landowner to give up his attacks on the miners. Quote, the preacher, "Well, if you're waiting for a woman to make up her mind, you may have a long wait." Megan Wheeler, her voice echoing through the mountains. "Preacher, preacher, we all love you, preacher. I love you. Thank you. Goodbye." The Shootist. John Brooks, John Wayne, an aging gunfighter, comes to town to see a doctor he knows for a second opinion after another doctor told him he has terminal cancer. The doctor, James Stewart, confirms what the other doctor said. He tells Brooks he has a month, maybe 2 left. He takes a room in a boarding house. The son, Ron Howard, of the woman who runs it, Lauren Bacall, recognizes him and tells his mother who he is. She doesn't like his kind, but when he tells her of his condition, she sympathizes. Her son wants him to teach him how to use a gun. Brooks tries to tell him that killing is not something he wants to live with. Brooks, not wanting to go through the agony of dying from cancer, seeks a quicker way to go. Quote, John Bernard Brooks, "I'm a dying man, scared of the dark." Mrs. Rogers, damn you for the pain you brought into this house." Carson City Marshal Walter Thibodeau, "The day they lay you away, what I'll do on your grave won't pass for flowers. Winchester 73. In a marksmanship contest, Lynn McAdams, James Stewart, wins a prized Winchester rifle, which is immediately stolen by the runner-up, Dutch Henry Brown. This, story of a rifle, then follows McAdams' pursuit, and the rifle as it changes hands, until a final showdown and shootout on a Rocky Mountain precipice. Quote, Sergeant Wilkes, you're a man after my stamp. Wish we'd had you with us at Bull Run. We might not have run so fast. Lynn McAdams, well, I want to tell you something. I was with you at Bull Run. So was High Spade. High Spade. Only we was on the other side. Lynn McAdams, awful lot of law for a little cow town. Wide Earp, this is the kind of cow town that needs a lot of law. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel, the link is in the description. Bye for now, see you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.